It is our and my personal great pleasure to be today in Budva in Montenegro, and we always feel like at home here and always feel welcomed. I think that today's event of the International Republican Institute is one of the important regional and international fora for important discussions, for substantial discussions of the most burning issues of today's Europe. The war in Ukraine, the Russian aggression to Ukraine, but also the perspective of the Western Balkans in the European Union. The Russian aggression to Ukraine has pushed all of our countries into a position to make a statement, to be vocal over the values, over the facts, and over what has happened and what is happening there. North Macedonia is one of the countries that was first in line to align 100% with the EU Common Foreign and Security Policy and embrace the sanctions against Russia, including dismissing 11 Russian diplomats from the Russian embassy in Skopje. It's an unwanted situation for all of us, but it is also a moral choice for us as a country. So our decision to condemn the Russian aggression and to stand with Ukraine was not only our obligation as youngest NATO ally and as EU candidate country, but also our moral choice over the values. But this situation has also urged the European Union to revoke and but also to re-establish some kind of a policy towards Ukraine and towards the Eastern Partnership countries. The EU has been urged to be active in the Eastern Partnership countries and to offer framework for cooperation for them. That means that the European project is still a peace, democracy and security project, apart from being a project for prosperity, for economic development and common market. But this is also a warning for the European Union, for the countries of Western Balkans. Because the Western Balkan countries has been for too long outside the European Union, and they're in the waiting room or in the negotiation process for quite too long. Montenegro, our host country, is negotiating for 10 years already. Kosovo is still waiting for visa liberalization. Serbia is negotiating for 10 years. North Macedonia is in the waiting room for 17 years to start the negotiations as a candidate country. This is unfair. We have seen strict and fair from European Union, but definitely more strict than fair. This is why I think it's the right time for the European Union to demonstrate leadership. Leadership in Ukraine, but also leadership in Western Balkans. I think it's the right time to start the negotiations for North Macedonia and Albania, because those negotiations, accession negotiations, have been well deserved and well overdue. We have done a lot of difficult decisions in the past several years, difficult decisions to make the things right with our neighboring countries, to be a showcase of how can good neighborly relations work in the Southeastern Europe, and how can then bring positive change in our countries. We have delivered, all together with the important and difficult reforms within the country of the judicial system and other aspects. We have delivered, but the European Union still has not. We understand that the rules of decision-making are linked with unanimity. We understand that Bulgaria has reserves, and we are being active and constructive in the dialogue with Bulgaria. But this situation in Ukraine and this situation with the Western Balkans is a warning for EU and warning for us that we should overcome all the differences as soon as possible and try to make the most of the French presidency to start the negotiations with the European Union. At the end, I would just say that our European integration is a primary goal, but that is not in collision with our efforts in the regional cooperation. The regional cooperation is of extreme importance for our countries because it enables our citizens, our young people, to have more opportunities to move freely in the region and to grasp these opportunities in our region rather than moving abroad. This is why North Macedonia is taking active participation in all the initiatives, including Berlin Process and Open Balkan, and we insist on keeping the doors open of all the initiatives for all the countries from the Western Balkans in order to make pragmatic moves to improve the life of our citizens with more constructive policies that will decrease the importance and the solidity of the borders, and that will enable us to work on prosperity and stability of our region.